welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're talking about the movie Last Night in Soho. It is the newest film to come from Edgar Wright, who has worked on other miraculous films such as Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and many more. All of his films that he has worked on are a stroke of pure genius, so you can say that I'm eager to see his new psychological thriller that this particular movie is. The movie story follows an aspiring fashion designer who is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. However, the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something much more darker. I have to say that this movie is not what I expected, but in a good way, so to speak. The film itself was truly a mind-harrowing experience that I ultimately loved in the end. As a fanatic of good mystery thrillers, Edgar Wright delivers such an engaging film that leaves a lot to process afterwards, so don't worry, I'm not going to be talking about any spoilers at the slightest. This movie is more or less one big giant thought-provoking mind trip that steers you in one direction and does a complete 180 that you will never see coming. If you can go into this movie blind, I can pretty much guarantee that you'll have a thrilling joyride with the film's many twists and turns along the way. In a general sense, I thought everything about this movie was sheer brilliance. That can be judged coming from the film's exquisite cinematography, meticulous written script, and the top-notch acting from everyone. I myself just couldn't imagine anyone not liking this wonderful movie. What really stood out the most to me, as you can guess already, is the film's script. I literally can't praise just how truly fantastic it was enough. Just from the movie's marketing alone, there's a lot of misdirection. I'm not going to say anything specifically, but looking back in retrospect after watching the movie, all I can say is that was a neat little surprise. The movie's aesthetics are just as good as one would expect out of a film of this magnitude. When the film feels the need to switch to the 60s throughout its entirety, everything looks pitch perfect, whether it be the costuming, scenery, or the soundtrack. The movie does an astounding job to envelop you at a certain time period where everything feels genuinely immersive to make you feel like you're actually there. It was amazing how it was done. On top of that, the film's cinematography during the time period switch is downright gorgeous looking. As far as the talent goes, Thomasin McKenzie pulls off a vulnerable fish out of water character really well, and I couldn't have imagined anyone else in the role. It's hard to describe her character because she is a main lead, but she's also more of a supporting character. The actual show stealer was Anya Taylor-Joy as her counterpart in the time period switch. She is absolutely stunning in her performances throughout the entire movie. We do have other fantastic additional supporting cast members, such as Matt Smith, who many know from Doctor Who, Diana Rigg, who played Olenna Tyrell from Game of Thrones, and also Terrence Stamp, who has been in almost everything. I really enjoyed the performances from everyone. Another thing that I liked about this movie is that it's indistinctive as to what genre it belongs to. It's a little bit of mystery, psychological, thriller, drama, and add some hints of horror into the mix. All I can say is that it's one giant melting pot of a movie that I happen to find really entertaining. Come to think of it, there's not one single thing that I didn't like about this magnificent movie. Overall, Last Night in Soho is an intriguing film that leaves food for thought long after it's over. If you consider yourself a fan of Edgar Wright's work, or just enjoy watching a well-crafted movie in general, you should definitely consider seeing this film. It's truly amazing just how perfect this movie is, and I can't praise it enough. I give this movie an A+. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up my real reviews.